Hey everyone, how's it going? Rich here from Bear Maximum and Collector Cartel. Between us, your one-stop shop for all your comic book needs. I've got a much shorter stack than what I usually do for CGC returns this week. This is kind of like the residue of the last submission that we had, but they've come back now and although it's much less books, much bigger stories to go with it. So before I kind of start on this isn't a CGC bashing per se. This is just to let you know about the experiences that we have. A lot of it's out of our control. We do what we can to support our customers, but some things don't go as planned or as hoped. And this will probably explain a little bit about that. But let's crack on and then we'll talk about some other stuff, exciting stuff going on at Collector Cartel and Bear Maximum. So number one here, of the first, we've got a Mega Men 3. This, as you may or may not know, is the first Lobo. This book is getting a lot of heat now with the Jason Momoa in the DCU, reportedly becoming that character, although I don't think it's been confirmed. Iron Man 150, this is a pence variant. Nice book. There are a few spine ticks and a big crease. I don't know if you can see it here. Kind of got travelling through. Yeah, which probably brought that one down. But still a lovely book, and you know, Robert Downey Jr., Doom and Iron Man in one place together for the MCU. So linked up there. Here's a Sense copy. Nice. Let's see if I can do that. Sorry, I've just noticed new lighting setup to try and make myself look better, which is difficult anyway. But as you can see, it's reflecting off the books. But we've got a 7.0 there. That's a really nice copy there. So that's a fantastic result. New Mutants 98, we see quite a few of these come through. Not so many of them are a newsstand, as you can see here. This is the first appearance of Deadpool, not the first appearance of Domino. Ooh, yeah. Although this resemblance here, this is a copycat, I believe. Yeah, 7.5 for the newsstand. You know, these newsstand editions at the time, these were put on spinner racks at newsagents, and very often it's quite hard to get hold of one of these in good condition, because very often had spine ticks, no support. But yeah, this is a lovely book here. Okay, so here's the first book with a bit of a story. It's got... Okay, so let me start at the beginning. So one of my customers asked me to help him get a couple of signatures last year through a guy called Rich Hen, who's quite a big comic book guy in the US. And he wanted Doug Munch and Jim Shooter signatures on the book. So helped him do that. And those were done through Rich, no problem at all. Now the book already had more signatures on it. So there is a Stan Lee signature. There is a Bill Sienkiewicz signature. I can see that there. And this went off to CGC, and none of the autographs for the JSA authentication were authenticated. So we knew for a fact that the Shooter and Doug Munch signatures were genuine, because they've been facilitated by a CGC witness, no less. And the customer reached out to Bill Sienkiewicz, funnily enough, and he said that he remembered signing the book because he doesn't usually sign in silver. So with the help of Rich, we got in contact with CGC and the JSA guys and asked them to kind of review all of the signatures again, based on the evidence that we had, with Bill saying about the silver here. And we sent it back in, and rightfully, 3 of the signatures have been authenticated now. The Stan one hasn't. You know, I know there are a lot of resemblances. I've seen this signature a lot of time. I can't say for certain if it's genuine or not. Unfortunately, it didn't get all 4 signatures getting verified, but we've managed to get a much better one. It comes back with a blue label if one of the signatures isn't verified, but as you can see, it says everything else is fine here, but the Stanley one has not been authenticated. So just to kind of like let you know about what might happen if you are submitting these. As I've said before, much more often than not, we have joy with the JSA signature series, but every now and again, things don't quite go to plan. Nice book here, like a Juggernaut, Spidey. I'm not sure what's going on in the series at this point, but this is a Bjorn Barons. I think it's a 1 in 25 or a 1 in 50 incentive variant. 9.8, that's a very nice result for the customer there. True Believers, I don't know if you've seen these before. These were kind of reprints before they sort of did facsimiles. Usually contains 1 or 2 stories in them. This is the McFarlane iconic Torment series with the True Believers on that one. That's a 9.8 again, which is great. I've never seen one of these before. I've seen something similar to it. This is the Complete Spider-Man, which people may or may not have seen, but this was a special UK edition with a computer game, I believe. Hang on, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to have to rethink about this lighting. I apologise in advance. But yeah, there we go. It's the Torment cover again, but this is kind of like, you see, it's got this part in the corner here to denote that it's not kind of like a standard release. Very cool, 9.4. It's a nice looking copy, to be honest with you. Surprised it didn't get slightly higher. But yeah, that's very cool. I love this cover. Amazing Spider-Man 151. It's got an 8.5. It's got the New York Spidey custom label on here, and that is really nice. I definitely want to get another one of those at some point. Again, another iconic cover here. We've got Hulk 377. This is the 3rd printing, so this one's quite rare. And this is Peter David's story, I've just noticed, who sadly passed away recently. Yeah, but I just love that cover. I love it. And that's in a 9.2, so quite a tasty grade for that sort of book. Now, just to show you that the JSA thing works, I'm going to show you here. So we've got a Hulk 340 facsimile. This is a Mexican foil variant, which is why it's shinier than other stuff. But yeah, we've got a Todd signature here, and that has been verified across here. You know, and when they get the JSA black label, it does look really nice. So that's superb. More JSA goodness. This is lovely. We've got Chris Claremont, Frank Miller on the same book. Nice grade in an 8.5. More iconic covers there, which is really good. So like I say, it does work. It's not 100% guaranteed. So this next book is from the recent Claremont and Miller signing they had in-house at CGC. So you've got Chris Claremont here, Frank Miller here, and that is in a nice 8.5 grade. The same customer sent the same book in, not identical book obviously. And there we go, got 9.2 on this one, which is great. So I think that's a fantastic result, and they look super cool with these signatures on, in my opinion. I know they're not for everyone, but I do like it. Okay, so this is the second book to tell you guys about. This is Terminator #2 from September 1990, and it has a signature, hope to be Arnold Schwarzenegger's there. Now, before I go on with it, this book was bought raw and did come with a COA here. Now, be very clear, I'm not suggesting for a second that company is faking anything, but it goes to show that a COA doesn't necessarily guarantee that the signature is authentic. Not saying it's not, like I say, but it doesn't hold necessarily the weight that for something like this could be pretty significant. I've done some research into, as you can see here, it says Arnold Schwarzenegger deemed to be not authentic. The capitalization of the "not" there sort of rubs salt in the wound, unfortunately. I've had a look at the signature. online. I'm not sure. There's a lot of very different signatures out there for him, all with the nuances. This looks like, if it is genuine, it's going to be like a later signature rather than something particularly recently. I don't know the date on here. No. But yeah, the customer is obviously disappointed, which I'd fully understand. And we're going to attempt this one through CBCS. So they've asked me to crack this one open. It's already been worked on by John at Comic Press. And we're going to see what will happen if it goes through CBCS. I really don't know, but I will put document what happens, and we'll catch up with this one when it comes back eventually. Okie dokie, so this is super cool. I just love this cover. It's Joker #1 from 1975. You've got the Rogue Gallery here, Batman Rogue Gallery. Superb. Yeah, and they've got a 7.0 grade here, which I think is absolutely brilliant. Okay, so we're nearly at the end actually already. Never get tired of seeing this book. Amazing Spider-Man 50 in a 5.0. Yeah, that is lovely. Nice grade. It's one of the best ones we've had through the doors here, so it's iconic. Look at it. Sorry for ruining this with my stupid lights. But yeah, I love that pose. John Romita, just best Spidey artist for me. Now this is a great result in my opinion. I've owned this book. I've seen a lot of copies of this book, but I haven't seen any in this higher grade. So this is Amazing Spider-Man #20. It's the first Matt Gargan as Scorpion, and that, as you can see, has got an 8.0. Now an 8.0 for a 20 or below Spidey is definitely to be coveted. Congratulations to the owner of this. They've obviously looked after it very well. This has been cleaned and pressed by Comic Press, and that for me is an absolutely stunning result. Cool. Just a quick one is that Phoenix Auctions, hopefully I can get this edited and out in time. Phoenix Auctions is having its best ever auction right now. There are some incredible books. You've got Fantastic Four #1, Daredevil #1, Amazing Spider-Man 129 in high grade, Silver Surfer #1 in high grade, Iron Man #1 in high grade. That's just like a sample of what they've got going on in this this auction. It's absolutely superb. So I will drop the link in comments below. Just want to give a bit of a shout out as well to Matt and Liam stocking the well, these My Lights. Liam over at Redsters has got My Lights, and these just make covers absolutely pop. But when you put them together with Visi backs, especially on a wraparound cover as this one is, these are just absolutely magical. So I'll put a link to these as well as the exclusives that we've still got on offer. So Big Rig is Post Malone's Big Rig is out in a couple of weeks. We've still got the pre-order on that, and there's a chance in there to win a 1 in 40,000 Peach Momoko book, as well as 1 in 10,000, 1 in 1,000, 1 in 100s. There's a crazy like special edition box that they have, and we are going to give away one of those for anyone who pre-orders the book. We've still got Exquisite Corpses. That book is going nuts already. Second print on #1. The first print's already going for about $20 in the US. So we've still got our book there. I'll put an image of it here. It's very, very nice. So that's super cool. Again, put the links there available from Redsters straight away, so you can get those pre-orders in now. Thanks as always for watching. I'll keep you updated on the other books and how they're getting along. We'll have some more coming in soon. We're running a deal which is launching any day now, and for our customers. Basically, we're going to chop off £10 from a submission of a modern book, which is 1975 or afterwards, worth less than £300. If you've got those, we are offering a £10 off, so £25 instead of £35. If you are a brand new customer and never used us before, you can use that on first 3 books. You can submit as many books as you want, but the first 3 books, if you've used us before, you can submit 10 books for the offer. And if you've used us multiple times before, you can submit as many books as you want. The last time we ran an offer like this, we call it a Bear Max blowout, we submitted almost 200 books, which is about 4 times what we usually submit. So seeing if we can get past that on this occasion. Good to catch up with you guys, let you know what's going on. All of the links, Comic Press will be down below, Collector Cartel, Phoenix Auctions, Redsters, and of course Bear Maximum. Check the comments out for those, and we'll see you next time. Bye.